just wanted to make a comment about something you said earlier about, you know, the loudest not necessarily being the most important or whatever, relevant. Sorry, sorry, I'm just a bit nervous because I'm not sure that what I'm saying is going to be relevant. But anyway, let me take the microphone a second. So, it's because I spent many years listening to addicted drug users trying to improve drug services and so on and so on. And we often found with that group, who I think in many ways are like everybody else, that there were one or two people who kind of knew their stuff and would always be the most heard and most influential. And I think generally, to be quite honest, that's the case in the wider population. You know, I get stuff all the time through the letterbox and my social conscience says, read this, so I do. But I think, how on earth can I answer this? I mean, there's stuff at the moment about structural building houses next door and, you know, because we need, you know, I haven't got a clue what impact it will have on our lives, so I can't really answer it. So I suppose what I'm saying is that, you know, it's not always possible, although the intention to include people is fantastic. I think for the most part, I think probably 90% of us haven't got a clue how to actually respond.
Okay, I mean, do you want to take that up first, Alice, about the point that very often in traditional meetings especially, it's the noisiest to get heard and it's the usual suspects who attend. And then maybe, Anthony, you can take it up about if this is right, and I know when Peter comes, he was saying this, that using digital means actually opens it up to a lot more people who aren't the usual suspects, who don't make the most noise, and you get a more representative view.
About 8 years ago, I was invited to attend a hustings for the local council elections for the deaf community in Enfield, and myself and another couple of councillors. And there'd never been hustings like that before because it just never been organised. And that was a unique forum where many of the people that were hard of hearing, deaf, were able to engage directly with us. And there was this flood of questions and things that they wanted to know. And that's because it was organised on their terms. It was organised with signers, with people, you know, we had a loop as well in the building so they could hear properly. And so that was a unique opportunity for them. So on the first issue about finding forum, create your own forum. Create a meeting, create some sort of I don't know, Skype meeting or something like that, where you can actually get the people to come along, get the councillors to come along to a gathering of interested people about a particular issue. They'll come along. They'll be delighted to meet with a new group of the community who they don't often engage with. I've got a community forum meeting next Wednesday, I think, where I can almost name everyone's going to attend the meeting because it is the usual suspects, and we need to do more to engage with the wider community. On the second issue about the
not knowing.
Yeah. Often issues can be broken down into very simple levels, and in a way, it's if you can't explain it in a couple of lines, then the council isn't doing the job. They'll try to hide something from you. Things can always be explained in very simplistic terms, because much of the detail isn't what the issue is. The issue is what's actually going to happen, and that will often be explained. You can get into the detail afterwards, but the initial idea, the initial concept as to what is this all about can actually be broken down in very simple terms. And I think if the councils aren't doing that, they need to be better at engaging with you in doing that. So I think that's the challenge. You should ask. I would take that complaint to Camden Council and say, you're not making things clear for me to understand things. Can you give me a précis of what this is actually about in very simple language so that I can understand it?
And what about the digital sound?
Very good questions, actually. And one of the things I've found when I first started really sinking my teeth into my local community was that having a blog post or a page such as this one of my local councillors who has a child at a school I'm a governor at, is Councillor Amanda Taylor. And I'm just showing this as an example of what is effectively her community blog. So she is very much a community champion for the ward of Queen Edith's in Cambridge. And what she will do is she will advertise events and give feedback from the council meetings that she has been to. And what I think in particular to avoid the who has the loudest voice syndrome is to find out where those hard to reach people will actually go. Now in some cases it might just be the local supermarket. In the ward I live in, just north of Queen Edith's, which is the Coleridge ward, traditionally a white working class community in Cambridge, we have a project called the Romsey Mill, which predominantly works with young single mums who, you know, in the grand scheme of things, are a marginalised voice in Cambridge. It's those sorts of places where, in particular, community out are the sorts of places where you want to do both the community outreach, but also about educating your local community about how the institutions work. Now there's a role for your community outreach officers within the council to actually do that engagement and just explain in clear terms what the processes are. So for example, if you're having this consultation, rather than just say, here's a website, please submit your views, actually take your poster boards and have your people there in the places where the people go. So rather than saying